Don't be a yes man. Now, this is a personal mistake that I constantly do. And the reason why is because I, on a personal level, I personally dislike drama. I personally dislike confrontation. And since I'm an introvert, I think it's reasonable to understand why. And almost majority of the time in my life, whenever I witness drama, it's usually over something, stupid. Like, it's not a actual big deal. I've seen some drama that were a really big deal, but if I have to be honest here, the drama that were truly a big deal are usually 10 to at most 20% of the time. The rest of the 80%, it's usually over something stupid. And I really dislike that because it kind of tells me that some people will start doing drama for no apparent reason. And the reason why I constantly mistake being a yes man is because I try my best to avoid it without, you know, any violence. Which is another thing that me as a man, I'm very susceptible towards violence, especially when it comes to confrontation over things that could get the other individual's nerve, especially when it's another man. And this is why I'm gonna talk a lot about the differences between a man and a woman because I feel like society don't want to acknowledge about this differences. And it's the biggest reason why our society is falling apart because since we're ignoring these gender differences, our the future generation they will be lost on this topic. But anyway, back to don't be a yes man. This is a common occurrence for people who grew up both spoiled and a little bit anxious towards social situation. In other words, people with social anxiety or any anxiety for that particular matter. And I kind of see this a little bit feminine. And I will admit, guys, me on a personal level, I am more feminine than masculine. And I am ashamed of it. But at the same time, I'm very upset the fact that nobody taught me how to be masculine. But that's a topic for another video, for another time. But because I only see the feminine part, I end up becoming basically a yes man, a people pleaser, as you guys would call it, attempting to avoid any social drama and any confrontation from other people. But sadly, the lesson I learned the hard way, which is a life lesson, is that you will always have drama no matter what. And it's much better to address issues and basically be the confrontator than attempting to avoid it. And this is something I learned the hard way, especially at work. At work, I had a lot of situations where, looking back, I realized that it would have been a lot better if I confront the issue than trying to please someone and avoid the issue. And now that I, you know, basically learned this lesson the hard way, I realized that you can't please anyone. You seriously cannot please everyone at every time, every moment. And this, in my opinion, is the biggest issue. So, what I'm trying to say in this video, guys, is that, yeah, basically, don't be a yes man. And speaking of not being a yes man, I find it interesting that I recently got my first dislike on this YouTube channel, and it was on the video about um, the video that I was sharing from another YouTuber of Courtier about listening in a society that talks. Now, I'm not sure why I got that dislike, but if I were to take a guess, it's probably because, I'm using a video from another YouTuber just to share it on my YouTube channel. And I will be, kind of honest here. I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be like borrowing videos from other people. But still, the reason why I was sharing that video is because Cotier, he said it the best when it comes to listening in a society that talks. And the main reason why I was sharing that video is because what I'm trying to promote in this YouTube channel is self-awareness. And self-awareness, guys, trust me, it will help you a lot in terms of making the right decision for your personal life. And this is something that I'm trying to encourage in this YouTube channel. And of course, this is what I'm trying to encourage in this video about don't be a yes man. When you're self-aware and when you have heightened awareness, you will quickly realize that being a yes man is kind of, a little bit on the dumb side. It's actually much more smarter to be more assertive and actually stand your ground when you realize that the situation will be much better if you deal with the issue head on. But of course, it always depends on the issue. Like, what's the situation? And that's why I'm using this picture of Yes Man from the video game Fallout New Vegas. And funny enough, Yes Man from Fallout New Vegas, he was very self-aware about people taking advantage of him. So if you guys ever play Fallout New Vegas, at the end of the video game, if you go to Yes Man faction, if you complete his missions, Yes Man will confront you and let you know that he's becoming more assertive. He downloaded a special software to make him more, you know, to become more assertive and stand his ground and say no more often. So I kind of like that about Yes Man, that he is self-aware and eventually he gradually made the right decision of becoming more assertive. But see, this is what I want to see in people, is basically become more self-aware. And for the people that are basically yes man or people pleaser, eventually you have to be assertive and you have to say no at the right moment in the right situation, because not always you're gonna please everybody, and that's a hard lesson that I learned. So guys, stay tuned and thank you for watching, and goodbye.